Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is going to be about why your art may not be selling. If you can't figure out why your sales are low, or why you see other people who are selling something similar to you and you don't understand why you're not selling and they are, these 4 reasons could be a possible answer as to why that might be occurring. So let's get right into it. Number 1, and I think that this is important, a lot of people don't consider, you might be on the downward side of a trend. What you are creating may not be trending anymore. It may be beautiful. There may be absolutely nothing wrong with it. It might be the greatest thing in the world, but if it is on the downward slope of a trend, then it could just be that people are kind of over whatever it is that you are selling. If you do a quick Google search and you search for what it is that you are painting and you see oodles and oodles of paintings and products from Amazon or other places that have your kind of similar subject matter or medium or theme or whatever it is, if you see a lot of that, if it's oversaturated with products like that, then chances are that it's just too much. There's too many choices and you are in an oversaturated market. And people have moved on. People move on to new trends all the time, whether it be themes, subject matter, colors, whatever it is. So I would reconsider, if you're not getting sales, to just check and see where your item is on the trending scale. See if other people have maybe gravitated towards something else. Maybe look at forecasts, trending forecasts, which if you do a Google search, you can find those as well. Etsy has a great podcast where they come on a couple of times a year and they let you know what they feel will be trending in the next few months. So that way you can get ahead of the trend and hopefully your sales will go up. So number 1, trending may be the reason. Number 2, the second reason why you may not be seeing sales the way you want could be your photographs. Photographs can make or break a sale, I think, in my opinion, really more than anything. People are home right now. People are not out shopping. They are relying on the internet to provide them with the things that they once used to go and get in purchase themselves. A lot of people, myself included, I can't go to the store. I can't touch these items. I can't put them next to other accessories in the store and see if it would look good in my home, hold it up to the light. I can't do any of that stuff. So I have to rely on photos to tell this product's story, to allow me to feel confident that I am going to purchase it with my money, and that when I get it, I am going to open up that package and I am going to get exactly what it was that I saw on the internet. There are a lot of Etsy sellers. I see this over and over and over again, unfortunately. A lot of Etsy sellers who take such poor photographs that you really cannot tell what it is they're selling. Either A, their photographs are poorly lit, so everything is just sort of gray and washed out, or B, they use so many filters that you really can't get an accurate description of what the product is. C, there are not enough photographs, especially in the jewelry line. I can't tell you how many times I see jewelers who have maybe 1 photograph or 2 photographs of, let's say, a pair of earrings or a necklace just at a different angle, and that's all they show. People need to see, how long does the earring hang from the earlobe? How big is the earring? You'd be surprised at how many sellers don't list these types of things. They just rely on 1 or 2 photographs to tell the story of that product. So photographs need to tell the story of what it is that you're selling. So when someone sees it, people, if they're interested in your product, they are going to crave as many photos as you want to provide them. So that is another good way to kind of gauge to see if you're not maybe selling things that you want to sell. Look at your photographs, make sure you're representing your item well. You want people to see it and just love it. There's a D part too. I almost forgot. When you have your item in a photograph, try not to oversaturate that item with a lot of other things that will take away and distract from the beauty of the item that you're selling. I'm going to use jewelry as another example. I saw a jeweler who had a beautiful pair of earrings. I was considering purchasing these earrings on Etsy. She had her earrings laying on a bed of ferns. It was an earthy type of a pair of earrings, so I understand the theme. I know why she had the ferns as an accessory, but I couldn't tell where the earrings stopped and the ferns began. It was just so busy that I couldn't really drown out that background noise and look at the beauty of the earrings themselves. So try to look at your photographs and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. Snapseed. Snapseed is a great app that you can use. You can download it on your phone. I use it for my photographs on Etsy all the time. So it's free and it is very user-friendly. I can't recommend Snapseed enough. I've been using it for years. I love that app. Probably use it more than any other app on my phone. So if you don't know about Snapseed, check that out. You can edit your photos with your phone camera, and you don't have to have a big expensive camera. Just make sure that you have it in your item in indirect light, and that you don't have any shadows, you don't have any direct sun, and you will do great. And if it doesn't turn out good, you can always bump up that contrast using Snapseed and bump up the brightness if you need to try and make it look as close to the original item as possible. So photographs, very, very important. The third reason why you may not be selling the way you want to be selling your work is shipping. Now, I know that a lot of people have talked about this before, but there is a reason behind it. It's because it is true. More people shop on Amazon now than they shop anywhere else, and they expect free shipping. It's just plain and simple. People want to know what it is they are going to be purchasing and how much that item is going to be. Let's say, especially with the upcoming holidays, this is a really good example. If you have someone who is shopping for another person for Christmas, they are already going to have in their mind an idea of how much they are going to want to spend on that person, even before they begin shopping. People are going to have a budget in mind, especially this holiday season with everyone shopping at home and with things being tight right now. And so if they're looking and they find something really great, if they find, let's say, an art print that they really like, and they put it's $25, they put it in their cart, they feel comfortable about that amount, then when they start the checkout process and they realize, it's saying that it's going to be an additional $6 shipping. Well, suddenly their budget has gone up by $6. They may not consciously be playing tug of war with that idea, but subconsciously they went into this knowing what they wanted to spend. And a lot of times people just will not pull the trigger. They will not make that purchase if they are surprised by having to spend more on an item. Now, I know a lot of us can't afford to offer free shipping. Maybe you can't afford to absorb it into the cost of your item because as artists, we know that free shipping is not really free, but it's more of a psychological thing. I think they did a study several years ago where people were more apt to buy an item that ended in 99, for example, $49.99 instead of an item that was being sold for $50. The psychology of it made people feel like they were getting a better deal, even though a penny is still a penny. So studies have been done on this, and it's just the way it is. So if you are not able to absorb the cost of shipping into your item, consider offering free shipping after a certain amount. I think Etsy has this free ship at $35. It encourages people to maybe spend a little bit more so that you can feel comfortable, or at least that they know they have the option to, you're not like forcing them to spend $35 or $50 or whatever it is that your cutoff point is, but it at least gives them the option of knowing that they can have free shipping if they want to. So your shipping is important for you to look at as well. Okay, the fourth and final reason why you may not be selling the way you want online is that you might be having an issue with your pricing. Either you're priced too low or you're priced too high. Now, I have suffered with this issue many times in my art career over the years. And this is the number one question I receive from people who email me. They want to know, how much should I charge? I can't answer that question. I think that has to come from us as individuals. We alone know our worth. The important thing to remember is that if you charge too little, if you're always trying to undercut your competitor, your fellow artist, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're also hurting the art community. You're bringing everybody else down when all you care about is the bottom dollar. I see a lot of Etsy sellers who will price everybody else out of the market, and they will be fine making $1 or $2 profit on an art print, while everyone else is offering their prints for considerably more because they're using archival inks, they're using archival papers, they're maybe including something special with each and every order, and that's what drives their price up a little bit. And that's just not cool, really. It's just not cool. I think that we have to protect each other as a community, and that's why I always say, if you struggle knowing what to price your artwork at, even if you're not on Etsy, go to Etsy and just search for other people who are selling similar items that you're selling. If you are a fine artist, look for another, like for example, I'm a wildlife and animal artist. So I would look for other artists who have been on Etsy as long as I have, or who, if you're not on Etsy, who may have the same following, the same number of sales that you have had, and then see what they're selling their artwork for. And then you want to be comparable to what they're selling their artwork at. As you grow as an artist, as your name becomes, as people become more aware of who you are, then you can increase your prices. That way your artwork will become more in demand. But again, it's trying to find that sweet spot, and I know it's frustrating because you don't want to sell it for too little and you don't want to sell it for too much. But if you do a little bit of research and you look at what other people are selling their wares for, and then just sort of find that, that middle ground, that would be a great way to start. Also, if you are selling your work for too much, and maybe other people are looking elsewhere because, oh, well, I see a print here that's $30, but I see another print of this subject that I want and it's only $20. Well, that's a no-brainer. I know a lot of people think that way, but there are also people who hesitate purchasing art that is too little. It starts to get there, they start thinking, well, I wonder why this is so much cheaper. Is it because they're not using archival inks? Is it because they're not using quality materials? If it's jewelry, why is it so little? So people will really think and contemplate the price that you are presenting to them, and they're going to decide whether or not it is worth it for them to make that purchase. If you want them to choose your product, then make it worthwhile for them. So what I mean by that is, if they are purchasing something from you and you are charging a little bit extra, give them a reason to pay that extra amount. Are you offering a handwritten note, a handwritten thank you note, or a thank you card? Or are you wrapping your your packages beautifully so that when they get them, they really feel like that they've gotten something special from a real person. You know, it's okay to charge a little bit more, but make your customers aware that they are really getting the best value for their money. That it's not just down to a bottom line, but that they're really getting something special from you. And I think that will help as well. So there you have it. I hope that these 4 pieces of advice or tips help you kind of maybe change things around a little bit and help boost your sales. And for those of you who are doing great right now, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. What was the one thing that you changed about your shop that increased your sales? When did you start noticing your sales go up? I would love to hear that as well, because I'm sure that I probably have missed a few things. And we have such a great community of people here who are always willing to offer up their own tips and advice, which I love that about this community. So thank you for watching. Be safe, stay well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.